Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, good evening, and welcome, and thank you for joining me this evening on Talk and Sip Saturday night, and for those who are joining me on Instagram, those who are joining me on Facebook and YouTube as well. There's four platforms actually. The main platform is YouTube, and then next you have Facebook, and then next you have Instagram, and then next you have TikTok, which is the overflow. But I always try to encourage those on TikTok to actually move over, move over, come on over onto the right side or the bright side. Come on over onto the YouTube channel, of course, where you can see the different persons, and of course you can play a part in the discussion, which is very important. I'd like you to also like and subscribe and share the video as well. um, the discussion tonight is going to be on, let me just turn this down just briefly. The discussion tonight is going to be on fake news, you know, fake news and media integrity, you know, safeguarding public trust. Because we always talk about integrity is needed in government, integrity is needed in leadership. But also, what about leadership? What about integrity when it comes on to the media, integrity with people? They say, he who wishes integrity must also come to integrity, must come with integrity as well, you know. And one of the most pressing issues of our time is fake news and media integrity, and the crucial task of safeguarding public trust in an era where information flows freely and relentlessly, where the boundaries between fact and fiction are blurred. It has become imperative for us to confront the challenges, you know, posed by what they call it, misinformation. You know, someone said maybe it's a deep state or so in operation. You know, and you know, but let's not mince words. Fake news is not just a nuisance or a passing trend. It is a corrosive force that undermines very foundations of democracy, our democracy, or is it real democracy? Eroding trust in institutions and sowing seeds of doubt and divisions among our populace. The proliferation of falsehoods, whether deliberate or inadvertent, poses a grave threat to the fabric of our society, hindering our ability to make informed decisions and participate meaningfully in civic life. What do you think about that? But amidst the sea of uncertainty, there is hope. There's a growing recognition that the integrity of our media is not just a matter of journalistic ethics, but a cornerstone of a healthy democracy. It is recognition that we all have a stake in ensuring that the information we consume is accurate, impartial, and trustworthy. It is a recognition that we must hold ourselves, our media outlets, and our public officials accountable for the veracity of the information they disseminate. So let's not just lament or spread fake news, but to chart a path forward towards a future where integrity, transparency, and truth reign supreme. And we must let us open and be honest in our dialogue. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, as you can see, and it's not just for any particular country or any particular space, whether it is in the UK, the USA. I mean, in the UK, you saw recently what was happening with Catherine, Prince Catherine, um, the Princess of Wales, different things. Everybody's trying to fabricate and put this and saying this, and then also in Jamaica, you're seeing things about the Integrity Commission. You're hearing persons, what should I say, saying they apologize and they recant some of what they have said before, and then others just take it and run with it, and then all of a sudden the big question is, what do I believe? What should I believe? What should we believe, Herbert? What should we believe? You know?
Sometimes you believe what you read or you believe what you hear,
Uh-huh.
but in doing so, you have to look at the character or the integrity of the people writing it, the academics,
Yes.
people in academia,
Yes.
right? You have to examine what what are their motives for writing such topics, writing on such topics,
Mm. Mm.
and for nowadays people, as I've said before, a news cycle is what 7 minutes long
Mm.
before new headlines come out.
Yeah.
So for people who are trying to wrap their heads around the first set of news that came out, they also have to grapple with the next set of headlines coming out, trying to counteract the first one that came out 7 minutes ago.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes. Yes.
we have to be careful in how we consume those information. It's just
Mm.
like the food that we eat, right? We have to feed our brains, but
Yes.
we have to be careful what we're putting in our brains, because what we put in our brains will determine how we live our life, how we live our lives day after tomorrow.
Yes. 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 Well, let's just pause for a second and just and ask what you're drinking for tonight and what people are drinking on Talk and Sip Saturday night. Um, you know, what are you drinking?
Nothing.
Well, I'm
Nothing.
actually well, I'm actually drinking coconut water. Okay.
With that,
I'm actually
with, with a splash of white rum.
nothing, 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 nothing.
Nothing.
And ladies and gentlemen, tonight, really and truly, we're just gonna be going on for 1 hour, one straight hour. You know, not gonna go beyond that tonight because of pressing engagement or so. So those on TikTok and so. But listen, one of the reasons why I this topic is very crucial. I think we are now living in an era. We're living in a world whereby everybody wants to break news. Everybody wants to break news. Everybody wants to say, "I'm the one that break this news." You know, breaking news. And by virtue of this breaking of this news, there's a high level of verification which is not taking place because you just want to, as you say, grab that 7 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Um, in the UK of recent days, we're seeing Princess Kate, William wife, whereby it was just one big palaver regarding so many different persons were just grabbing things and just saying different things. You don't know what to believe, and yet and yet you still don't know what to believe.
Well, it goes to show how much people gravitate to um, media sensationalism,
Mm,
media sensations, and their how they elevate or magnify the stories that they put out.
mm,
Right? I do not think making a big deal of someone who is suffering from an illness, how that came to be headline news on every major news network,
yes,
while there are other pressing issues to deal with, right?
in this world,
The,
yes,
the, the respecting one's privacy has now been eroded, has now been a commonplace, right? And
yeah.
it should not be tolerated.
Well, what do we see as the rationale or the reason behind this major level of media hype? Because years ago, when something of any high level of any nature that comes in, okay, let's use for Jamaica for argument's sake, before the advent of social media and all these different platforms, people be gravitated towards JBC. I'm using that word JBC or RGR, and that would be the authentic thing, and that's what they'll run with. And they'll a high level of trust will be with the media houses. A high level of integrity would be there. But now that has somewhat has been dissipated I would say to a certain extent. I don't know what people would say on TikTok and different social media platform. Do you believe it has been dissipated, whereby the high level of value, the high level of verification and trust has somewhat been eroded when it comes on to media?
Yes, because you have what call spin doctors,
Mm,
and they permeate every sector of the media, whether it be print, electronic, or social media.
mm,
Right? They live in our spaces currently,
yes.
and they will try their best to spin the negative, try to make it look positive. And those people, when they do it, they're so convincing that they look like they want to cry
Mm,
because they want you to believe what they're saying, right? And I think that is where media houses have gotten it wrong. If you mentioned RJ and JBC, back
yeah.
then there were the only two radio stations in Jamaica,
Yeah.
right? Along with their spin-offs, JBC FM and Fame.
Yes.
The, there were two stations that concentrated on music.
Yes.
RJ and JBC concentrated on current events, the hotline, public eye, um, news items, as such.
Mm,
Most of our media practitioners in Jamaica were born, were created in
mm.
that era. Now we're seeing, God knows, I can't tell how many radio stations are in Jamaica now.
Yeah.
Right? There's a lot, but are they carrying the responsibility that they should have as media houses?
Mm,
Are they in that quest to get their viewership or their listenership up by getting advertising up?
mm.
Are they doing something unethical? I mean, unethical means that you're spinning something negative to
Yeah.
make it positive because you want to get a level of advertising. You want to build your revenue around advertising, so you
Mm.
make something false look true.
They call it what they
And
say,
that,
like clickbaits, for argument's sake.
yeah,
Something which is not so, just to drive attention and traffic to you based on what they call it, the algorithms.
yeah.
Mm,
And because of that, people are now shying away from looking at mainstream media because they think that all that on mainstream media is a lie
mm,
or it made up stories. When in truth and in fact, until you can examine the backstory, examine where it's coming from, examine who brought it, who's bringing it to you, you you are not allowed to, or one should not be
mm.
allowed to spread false news. Remember back in the day, you had
Yeah.
newscasters be were in fear of being sued for libel. Those
Mm.
days are long gone.
You see, one of the things that came out recently, because I got a couple calls from persons from Jamaica to say that the opposition leader, for argument's sake, was being facetious in a sense that making some claims that some documents which is supposed to be tabled in Parliament um, wasn't. The Integrity Commission came back and said it wasn't tabled. Let me just bring in Lester here. Let me just bring in Lester here. Um, let me see. I told him that Brogard was going to come on tonight. That's why he came on.
Just like you
Uh,
just wake up.
Herbert, do you know his Brogard?
Huh?
You know it's Brogard.
Yeah, man, bro, gotta have one pair of clocks for my green pair.
Let's sorry you, man.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Good.
So what are you drinking?
Water.
It's
On
good.
the pound
Good.
curfew.
Everybody's drinking water. I'm drinking water also.
Yes.
And everybody just a swallow.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. Yeah, you drink and tell me how it tastes.
you know. Lester, I was just I'm gonna be on for an hour, just to let you know, for an hour today. 'Cause I've got another appointment or so. So just want to move quickly on. My topic is along the line of fake news and media integrity,
Mm-hmm.
safeguarding public trust. Because what seems to be happening now is like many people are saying that they need integrity in government, integrity in the area, but there's a level of lack of integrity is also coming from the people, lack of integrity coming from media houses,
Mm-hmm.
which is creating a level of mistrust by the people, safeguarding the public trust now, whereby who can they trust? Just like some news that just came out recently, and then uh, I think Nationwide had to really did they
Backtrack.
apologize? They backtrack.
Yeah. The
They backtrack a
backtrack.
couple
Yeah.
times now, isn't it? They backtrack at the elections at the start, and they backtrack on this. So what's is that people are just quickly wanting to just say breaking news without verifying things. They don't business
Yeah.
about the after bit. What do you think?
As we have discussed over the years,
Uh,
everybody is now a journalist.
yes, yes,
If I have to use the word loosely,
yeah,
we all walk around with our own media outlets in our pockets,
yes, yes,
True.
and how we consume information is way different than back then when we had to rely on traditional media. You know,
yes, yes.
Mm.
um, at least back in the 80s, 90s, for the most part, what was brought onto the radio or the TV station was verified by the editor, was verified by the presenters, verified by the news managers. What is happening now is that we are so bombarded with information, and I use
Yeah,
information loosely in terms of just information, whether it's good or bad or fake or what. And then if you can present that information first,
yeah,
you're likely to go viral. You're likely to be um, looked upon. You're likely to be followed. Um, and when you have media houses start operate like personnel who just walk around with a telecommunication device in their pocket,
mm,
you have these frequency in RJ Communication Group retracting, the
mm,
Jamaica Observer retracting, IRA FM retracting. So it's not just one media outlet, I've seen it on all platforms, right?
mm,
Um, and then you don't know what is real from what is not real based on technology. You don't know what is real, you know? And also, you have persons who are supposed to be trained, experienced journalists who also want to be trendy
mm.
because trendy bring revenue.
Because that's the
Trendy
bottom
bring
that's the bottom line they're aiming for now. Revenue.
revenue,
Yeah.
right? If you can be the one to put out something and then everybody else copy your thing. 'Cause when you look at a lot of nationwide posts or RGR posts, right? That gets reposted. You always see the caption RGR Communications or TVJ or you see nationwide.
Yeah.
That in itself carry values, right? and still carry value. But you know what I see happening is that people are no longer interested in reading, interested in investigating, interested in having a conversation, interested in finding out if this thing is real. They don't go to the source of things that are important for them to get the proper information and proper help and proper guideline.
Yes.
Just like it's the people on Facebook or on Instagram, they have a medical problem and then go to pink wall. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Somebody have a medical issue and they go to pink wall and ask advice.
Yes.
You know, it was pretty embarrassing for Cliff Hughes to have a Steve Harvey moment. You know,
Mm.
um,
Was that the first one after announcing the elections?
the election, yes.
Yes.
You know, and what usually happen is, and I understand, but not to how this election was being ran. He shouldn't have done that. You know,
Mm.
so maybe say 96% of the boxes came in, or 90% of the boxes came in, or 80% of the boxes came in. And the trend is that, oh, okay, because 80% came in or 85% came in, and it's leaning towards the PMP, I just go with it and say PMP. But the other 15% is also very, very significant.
Mm.
50% of vote can turn, because the boxing can just have 5 PMP unite or 5 GLP unite.
There's a couple of things which came up recently, and so that is one there, and the second one is the. Sorry, when you say like different stations have been rolling back and apologizing or so, what about then the bloggers now? Because they're also fed. They're also fed by the mainstream as well, and they,
Um,
when I listen to them, when I listen to a lot of them, sometimes they're actually reading.
uh, um, for the most part, the bloggers get them information various places,
Mm.
right? So, like I have given the Jamaica Observer and Nationwide many breaking news, many stories and things that happen, you
Yeah.
know. Um, but bloggers get them things from other
Oh,
bloggers too, other outlets, other things, and they're not verified either. Bloggers are the worst because
yeah.
remember, they hold no journalistic responsibility. They don't have to be correct. They just have to be first. They just have to be salacious, sensational. That's all they have to do. Bloggers don't hold no responsibility. So that in itself, people who say to me say, my ear said Silburn crashed down the road.
Mm.
Where you hear that from? Bloggers me say with it. Some say yes, any traditional media with it. No, me say you Google it. No, you
Yes.
talk to
Yes.
anyone that Silburn friend them. No, but
Yeah.
you are yeah. So there's avenue that you can verify if Silburn had an accident,
Mm.
and you partake in none of these exercises to verify it.
Mm.
You know, and then and then the government of the day is poor in
Mm.
disseminating information in a timely manner. Poor, right? And the for me, the opposition is more potent out there on social media now.
Mm.
So let them switch roles. But what are we getting from the opposition? Are we getting truth? Are we getting something that we can say, okay, this is true. This is a high level of good quality standard information. We also have heard persons from the opposition say things and they had to backtrack. Even in the same recent House Speaker situation where several members said that they were not in Parliament at the time, and the videos have brought up where they were congratulating
The
the House
speaker.
Speaker. You know,
Herbert, what you say about this? What you say?
I I would want to agree with Lester, right?
Mm.
Because as a youth growing up in Jamaica, and I'm sure that all three can agree. When you had people like Dennis Hall, right? People with integrity on TV.
Linda Denapena.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
they read,
Tony Patel
they
and these
gave you a
guys. Yeah.
story.
Mm.
They gave you a story.
You run with it.
And it was, it could be considered gospel,
Yes. Yes.
right? Because those people had integrity, journalism integrity. Now, you hear some people on the radio, you don't know if they went to school or went to church or went to college or wherever,
Mm-hmm.
but then now becomes that person who supply with breaking news. Take, for example, the X News back in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s,
90s. Yeah. Yeah.
right? They used to give us some juicy scandal.
X News. What's that? Was that Star or something like that?
No,
So the
it was
equivalent to the Star.
Yeah. Yeah.
it was out of a company called the Daily News. The Daily News was the competition to the Glean at the time,
Yeah.
right? So because that company was going down, they were trying to boost their revenue and boost their status by bringing in X News with all the scandals,
Yes.
right? Then came the Jamaica Observer.
Mm.
Then the X News went out of went lifeless,
Yeah.
right? So as consumers of news, we also have a responsibility. As I've said before at the start of the show, Silburn,
Yeah.
we have to be careful what we consume, what we feed our brains with, right? If we've in computer language, GIG or garbage in, garbage out,
Yes.
and some people seem not to want to let go of the garbage that they take in, and they
Yeah.
want you to believe everything that they read in the X News or what they see on YouTube, some no-name bloggers or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But somebody.
that
Yeah. Go on. Mm.
and that will determine the direction of today's news.
Yeah. But somebody here on TikTok saying media in Jamaica is addicted to reporting on crime. They need to be weaned off this. But I also don't want to just zero in on Jamaica, because I think it is something which is happening all over at the same time. What do you think about this? I think media in Jamaica addicted to reporting on crime.
I've long said it, Silver.
Yeah, I said all the while. Yeah.
I said all the way is that when you look at how if you're driving and you go to the different radio stations in Jamaica,
Yeah.
right? At the 12 o'clock news, it's like it's the same radio station you listen to right across the board. It's just
No, you
murder,
just want to
murder,
listen
murder,
to
murder.
6 o'clock news. You just want to
Yeah.
listen to 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock news.
Yeah.
You're
Mhm.
getting a crime report. You're not
Yeah.
getting any news at all. You're getting a crime report,
Yeah.
right? For them, that's the only thing that they have. Crime reports. They do not go out and do any form of investigation or to verify
No.
a development that is going on around the street, something positive, where they can bring to the fore to say, this construction company is building a 5-story building to house this business. No,
Yeah.
they want to know where the last gunshot fire before they came on air.
Mhm.
There was another one also. There's another one also with the senator, the minister of foreign affairs, Kamina Johnson. Apparently, she was at an event, and she expressed that she had to leave at a certain time. And listen, what's going on there? They're saying many people are saying different things, saying that she walked out or she didn't want to answer certain things, and so the media or bloggers or whatever is taking that one all over the place as well.
Okay.
Mm.
And this is what I've said to members of the JLP hierarchy.
Mm.
I've said sometimes when they chat too much,
Yeah.
right? Sometimes when if I just say no comment,
Yeah.
right? I have no comment, and you can go to the prime minister. You don't have to answer everything right now,
Yeah.
because sometimes some things are fresh
Yeah.
and you don't get all of the information. You might get 90% of the information,
Yes.
but that 5% can also be very detrimental. So it's better we follow the PJ policy rule.
You never talking.
Better follow-
No sound.
Exactly. He said silence
It's
cannot be
golden.
misquoted. Cannot be misquoted.
Yes,
You
yes.
know, right? And I remember when the whole Philip Powell thing came about, right?
Mm.
It was weeks or probably
Which one?
months after the net surf scandal,
Okay.
right?
Okay,
Because
yeah.
there's
We
quite a
either
few, you know.
weeks. I can't nobody go this. We could stay for the party. We could stay for the party. Right? We could stay for the party. But what I'm saying is that he took weeks or probably some months to address it. You
Mm.
know,
But
and sometimes,
even the Shell scandal with
yeah,
PJ, all he
months.
said, I shall return.
Yeah,
And he didn't say
yes.
anything else. I shall
Anything
return.
else? Yeah.
So take from that what you want to take from it.
Mm.
So these are some of the things I'm saying, Silver, and that. You see, what has happened now. I think the bloggers and journalists have taken this North American aggressive journalistic parasitic approach, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
So a government minister or a government MP or an opposition MP or somebody who is popular is at an
Mm.
event. And you have to get a summit, you have to get an interview, you have to get something, and you stick a mic in their face, right?
And
These
they,
people are human beings also, although they are paid by the taxpayers, right? They are human beings also. They can be in a bad mood, they can be tired, right?
mm.
And you can just catch them at a wrong time, you know. And the minister could say, okay, I've made a commitment to come to this place, and I said I'm only gonna stay 15 minutes, right? And she may want to leave because she have a prior engagement that she has to go to, right? And then when somebody is going to try to say, hey, I want a soundbite, I want an interview, I want this, I want that, the minister
Mm.
storm out. You know, it's unfortunate. It's a,
Yeah.
I was at Matthew Samuda's event in November, and the prime minister was there, and he was leaving. So many persons wanted to say hi to him. So many persons wanted to take a photo with him. And one thing you notice, once the head of government is moving, if him not stop, and usually they are not going to stop for anything, right?
Mm.
Once him a leave, him a leave, right?
Mm.
Him not stopping, right? And that was the situation. They were leaving, plus it was raining, and the
Yeah.
police officers started to push people out of the way because them literally trying to blocking the prime minister,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
So a lot of people are saying, boy, them IP police, them Andrew IP and this and that. No, it's protocol. Silburn, you have covered many events in the United Kingdom, right?
Mm.
You know that if the Queen is coming out in public, right, it is very rare that the common folk can get close enough to touch her.
Mm.
If it's not a part of the protocol of the
Plan.
process,
You
the
Mm.
can't.
plan for her to shake some hands, the public will not get 100 feet towards her.
Uh,
We have access to our ministers, our senators, our prime minister, deputy prime minister, opposition leader. We have direct access where we can touch them, hug
mm.
them, take a picture, right? These are some of the things that we take for granted in our democracy.
Yeah.
But what I'm
But
saying is that we have to start as a people, start respecting other people also. If the
Yeah.
minister want to leave, let the minister leave. If the opposition leader want to leave, let him leave.
but we
I want.
also have to
Go on.
um we also have to think that in this time of the populist movement, right? Those same ministers or heads of state or whatever you want to call them, dignitaries, they've
Yeah,
also played into the hands of these people because
yeah,
they want to be classified or want to say he's down to earth.
yeah.
He's one of us. And him I vote for because anytime I see me can see him.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
while they're putting their lives at risk, while they're putting their integrity at risk, because people are
Yes.
going to say something that they didn't say. No, it
Yeah.
is up to them now to defend, to say, you know what, I was at that event, but I didn't say anything, or you can go back and listen to the interviews I did.
Yes. Yeah. Or sometimes just no comment. You know,
Don't say nothing.
just no comment.
Don't say nothing.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
you're right about that. I mean, the no comment factor is that one can somewhat, you know, don't have to say nothing, as you rightly say. Listen, don't have to say
Yeah.
anything,
Yeah.
because everybody's. It's like everybody's want. It's like so much things so conflated that you got everybody's talking at the same time. And I always say this all the while is that where's the level of Messi?
Bless you.
Where's the level of silence and some sort of senior voices coming out when there's so much confusion in the air? You know, even the recent issue with Integrity Commission there, the Attorney General,
Mm-hmm.
the the opposition say this, the Integrity Commission say this, the JLP say this, the bloggers say this, and then all of a sudden everybody's lying. People are trying to convince me as to say, well, I said, listen, I don't know, I don't know nothing. I
Because
Yeah.
just
it comes on to he say, she say, did
Yeah.
say, never say,
mm,
and you cannot effectively run a government with hearsay or he say or she
mm,
say,
mm,
right? There are two things. You either have the facts or you don't have the facts.
mm,
Okay.
That's true.
Now, however you want to distribute what you have, it's entirely up to you,
Yeah.
right? But while distributing it, always remember that your integrity is on the line.
yeah.
Yeah.
And when we talk about integrity, a lot of people talk about integrity, and I think we're going to zero in on the integrity of the persons in the media houses, just like how they claim for the government and those in politics should have integrity. Or
Mm-hmm.
I believe there's a lack of leadership, a lack of integrity also in us as well, in demanding integrity from those. Okay, one will say, well, they are paid, so they must have integrity. They are elected, so they must have integrity. But at the same time, they are human beings, and those who are
Yes.
actually challenging them as well to have integrity, they need to be clean as well, as
Yeah.
much as possible.
Now, how do you determine if one is clean or not?
Mm, mhm,
Right? Because putting on a white shirt and stepping out in public doesn't make you clean.
mm,
Putting on what old time Jamaican call piece of ambition cloth doesn't make you clean.
yeah.
Right?
All they got
So,
to do is have a bat.
huh? About what?
Have a bat. Beard.
You know, with carbolic soap. Yeah, so it all depends. I mean, nowadays people think that when they hear something on RGR or nationwide or it
There's a
is not it is not something to be trusted. So they go on Facebook or YouTube and this is a real thing that they're getting because it is coming from somebody off the street.
Yeah.
mm,
Yep.
Correct?
Yeah.
But if it comes to a court of law,
mm.
it cannot stand up in court because you do not know where you got the information from. So we have to be careful. And for people trying to be media practitioners, and I say trying to be media practitioners, they have a responsibility to the people that you're feeding these information to.
Mm-hmm.
But but they're feeding people. I mean, I mean, isn't that the people are sort of gravitating towards these sort of information or this sort of news? As someone said earlier, that people are sort of lazy in a way to go and do their research. so they'll believe
Yeah.
anything. As someone will say it was on the internet, so it must be true.
Yeah, yeah, our Silver, one of the situations that we are facing is
Mm,
that the device, the electronic device, has come in between interpersonal relationships,
yes.
right? So may you have a problem, and the first thing you do, right, is go to social media. The first thing you do, because we
You,
have,
Kaya
you
internet bad man.
no, hold on. You're right. You're right. This is. I don't know if this is. Sorry if I interject there, but it's like
yeah,
somebody. It's like somebody say them have a problem or something like that, and they say, "Why Facebook? Let me come tell you this." And I say,
yeah,
"What? Why you gonna do that? when you
yeah,
want, when you want to talk to your family member or some shrink or something like that, but you just expose everything because sometimes people will say, "Boy, I was thinking about this, but I'm gonna tell somebody about it." But sometimes it's just for you.
No, but sometimes, all right.
Yeah.
Sometimes when, all right, look at Harry, Meghan, Kate, and William,
Yes.
yeah,
right? Harry came out, but people are saying he shouldn't have. He should have sought intervention within the family. We don't know if he
Uh,
did and was rebutted.
true.
hmm
True.
Most people hold the royal family in high esteem.
Mm,
So for them, they do not think there are cracks in the family.
mm,
And for Harry to come out and say, yes, there are not even cracks in the family, but there are also precipice in the
potholes.
family and potholes and craters.
Mm,
People will label him as a liar or a troublemaker,
mm,
when in truth and in fact, he's only shedding light on the family dynamic. Say, do not believe what you read or what you see, because they're putting on a false face.
yeah.
It's just like someone go on Facebook after trying to reach out to their family members to
hmm
have a discussion and they're rebutting him. And I'm like, all right then. Since you don't want us to talk about it,
yeah.
let me put it out there and see if y'all will come and sit down and have a conversation.
Yeah.
But
Right?
Herbert,
Yes.
you know what is puzzling to me?
Mm,
I would say in this recent debate where
mhm,
Dr. Nigel Clark is speaking
mhm,
and he's reading from a script that he and his team prepared,
Mm,
right? And he was talk about the goodies them when they give the public. People in the comment section, I say a
mhm.
lie. Remember, you know,
you mean in the comment section on the JIS website? What you mean?
And the JS website, yeah. People in the comment section, and I say a lie. I mean, I say, but this is something a policy or a instrument that he's going to introduce.
Mm.
How you gonna determine say a lie?
How do they know?
Mhm.
How do you know? And look here, it go both. Mr. Mark Golding, the opposition leader, speaking also, and Labour is under the post. I say a lie, Mark. I tell her, Mark this and Mark. I mean, I say, how you know?
Mm,
How you know?
You see,
Right?
Lester, it is the it's to me it's a lack of patience that they have
mm,
Mm-hmm.
in listening
Mm-hmm.
to facts, right? I remember back as a youth back in the 80s when Sierra used to went on his um episode reading the budget debate,
Yeah.
right? And I could hear him talking about 1999 and all. I'm like, does those numbers really exist,
mm,
Yeah.
right? But those people were charting a path for future politicians, right?
Yeah.
Thank God there wasn't anything like social media back then.
Yeah.
And I think back then we had, again, more responsible journalists out there feeding us the information that we needed and not what we
Yes.
wanted to hear,
Yes.
So
right?
yeah, go on, keep talking. Yeah, sorry.
To now come to see what journalism in Jamaica and around the world has become, it's really pathetic to understand the things that make news, make headline news, when back in the day it couldn't even get to the back page or the middle page of the newspaper.
Exactly. Exactly. And when you have a breakdown in the media, when you have persons in media that are going for the almighty dollar over journalistic integrity,
Mm.
right? How can
It
you
doesn't.
then trust? How can you trust the whole media entity or that journalist again?
Yeah.
How can you?
One of the things that I was doing some research earlier, and I did ask a question: is journalism going through a change or so in light of bloggers? And what one of the things that came up was journalism is undergoing a transformation with the advent of bloggers and the rise of digital media platform. Blogging has democratized dissemination of information, allowing individuals from diverse backgrounds and perspectives to contribute to the public discourse in ways
Yeah.
that were previously reserved for traditional journalists. So, can we say then at the same time, even though there may be a lack of maybe integrity or verification, but with the rise of bloggers in light of the decentralization of mainstream media, it has opened up a lot of people to actually be a part of this process.
But
That it has its positive as well as its negative. Is there more positive
Silver,
or negative? Yeah.
it's more negative. You know why?
More negative. Mm.
Yeah. I remember the Jamaica National incident at the with the lady stoning the bank, right? Vita and I were at that bank
Mm.
so we experienced it. Now the video that you saw nationwide on TVG and other persons showed, I was the one who made that video.
Mm.
I made no commentary in the video. I just captured what happened, captured the lady, captured when the security accosted her, right?
Mm.
And everything. And I captured inside of the bank also. And I sent this footage to the media house. But there's a reason why I made no narration of the video.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because all I was showing is just the facts, is just what happened. Many times you see bloggers pull out them phone and they start video an incident. They start give a narrative,
Yeah,
right?
Mm.
And many a times is that's what they feel happen.
Yes.
yeah,
They're approaching a scene and they're narrating and they're not talking to nobody involved in the accident. They're talking to
yeah,
nobody involved in the incident,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
yeah,
they're narrating.
yeah,
That narration will go on to be what happened and not what happened.
yeah.
Mm.
So it's also very dangerous.
I remember watching a video was made in Mandeville a couple
Mm.
years ago. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Mandeville,
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
it's
right?
near to Ochre. Yeah. Mm. You don't have to comment. There are times.
Your
Let's just say it
geography
earlier.
is way
Let's
offline.
let's just say it earlier. There
and
are times you don't have to comment. Okay. Let's just say it earlier. Sometimes you don't have to comment.
and this police officer was arresting a man, a motorist, for some traffic violation.
Yeah.
Mm.
His co-worker, it is a taxi driver, bus driver, something like that. His fellow colleague, another bus driver, decided to go slap the police. and the people were videoing it, right? They also videoed when the police shot the guy.
Yes.
Okay? And I'm saying to myself, if they could have spliced that video just to show the police shooting the man,
Exactly.
Yes.
yeah, that policeman's life would have been over.
Mm.
But because they didn't know how to splice it, they put the entire 2 minutes on social media implicating the civilian assaulting the police officer,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? And
Are you talking about the one recently?
no, years ago,
Okay,
couple
all
years
right,
ago,
okay. Because I
right?
saw the one recently. Yeah.
And I'm saying the advent of mobile phones with the cameras on it
Mm.
is one of the worst things that could have happened to society.
Yeah.
Because no longer are we going home to turn on the TV to see what took place out there while I was out there,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? And hear the reason behind it. We are now going to YouTube and Facebook and all those social media platforms
For
to
verification.
hear
Mm.
what John Public said the policeman did that he didn't do.
But Herbert,
Yeah.
Mm.
okay, a clear is it some all right. Persons like you and I and Silburn, sometimes we have an inside birdie on certain things, right? And we might hear say, hey, say Friday, the maga unknown say a peer mango tree we want in the United Kingdom, right?
Mm.
Now we get this information from a good, credible
Yeah.
source, right? But we get the information 3 or 4 days before it is ready to be released
Yeah.
to the public by the official person who will release it, who was here. And so I remember even in the Vibes Cartel case recently, I got information from particular persons who were attached to the case, right? And I made a post on Facebook, right? That this specific thing that happened will happen. And some people start running me, but I 6 days before, but I know who the information is coming from.
Yeah.
No, that can also be dangerous because many times I get information, right? And a particular incident is to happen like months in advance, just like the local government election.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be February. I just going to be the end of February. I just never say it publicly. So sometimes we have solid information, and to see solid information, we make very careless and reckless moves with this solid information.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to go back to the same point again, which I flagged up earlier, and I want to put the question out there to persons. I think let's see, you answered it. I don't know, Bert, you had answered the point about the advent of bloggers and the decentralization of the mainstream media in light of news, as it being a positive or a negative impact, even though what it has done, it has brought more people into the limelight of news. Is anybody can answer? Is it positive? Is it negative? Is it being good?
I would say it's a balance,
Right. Yes.
Balance.
right?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
you have some people who are genuinely trying to put good information out there,
Yes.
Yes.
but you have some people who are genuinely trying to make money off YouTube,
Mm.
right?
Yes.
And if, depending on how you look at it, the one that is genuinely trying to put the news out there, good
Yes.
information, they have a very short shelf life,
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
right? Look at like a bottle of fresh milk and a can of condensed milk.
Mm.
Which one would you rather be? The fresh milk or the condensed milk? The condensed milk can last you for up to a year or two. The fresh milk, most you can get it for is 7 days,
Yeah, a few
right?
days, yeah.
And people on trying supposedly journalists
Yeah.
are trying to outrun the more traditional media houses
Mm.
in bringing the news.
But
But
do you
in
think?
so
Yeah,
doing,
go on. Yeah, go on. Mm.
in so doing, they are corrupting the minds of the people or the young ones who genuinely want to be in the field of journalism.
Yeah,
And I think that is a bad precedent to set.
because
But
it is. Go on, listen.
but you said something very important a while ago, you know. I think it is how particular institutions now manage these bloggers, these information that they're getting. I remember, you know, they get an abundance of information. So
Yeah,
let me give an example. Say skills training or vocation areas, vocation
yeah.
industries, you know, the mechanics, the plumber, and the welding, and so
Mm.
forth. Now, and the chef and stuff like that. If you ask the average person who is average Jamaican, what
Yeah.
does a chef, like a experienced certified chef that works for most hotels or in most agencies, restaurants or stuff like that, what would do they get per annum? Most people
Mm.
don't know, but
Mm.
most people will be quick to say, say chef them now get no money. Them don't know the truth, you know.
Yeah.
True.
When you look at what chefs are making now, you have a lot of chefs like sous chef and other chef. They're making 5-6 million Jamaican dollars a year,
Mhm.
right? A lot of people don't know that. No, when you look at some accountants in the government, they're making $550,000 a month,
Mm.
right? Now, when you look at a welder in Jamaica, a welder in Jamaica will not be out of a job for the
Mm.
next 10 years. No welder in Jamaica won't be out of a job for the next 10, maybe 15 years. The amount of construction that's going on,
I know
right?
AI can do that.
But what I'm saying is that when you ask the average person, do they know what a welder makes? No. But you see, if the government, right, or our Heart Academy utilize the bloggers, have bloggers now as PR persons, and start disseminate this information to the public to say, even with farming is still not looking at looking as a career, not a viable career, but
No,
as a
no.
career totally. If and I know a particular pepper farmer, I'll plant a pepper and sell to Grace Kennedy, right? And there's an ex farmer in Orchards that sell pepper to Walkerswood, right? And these guys are living in mansions, but nobody knows. So these are some of the things that traditional media or traditional corporations, entities can use and say, what? We're gonna give Lester, the job here to promote the hell out of this thing,
Uh,
Nobody shy
right?
away from it because it is not
Yes,
breaking news.
sexy.
Yeah, yeah.
so therefore, so what you're trying to say then, there need to be some level of responsibility in giving key persons information and pay them as well, because at the end
Yes,
of the
No,
day, that is what is driving them, isn't it? That's what is driving. I mean, as a matter of fact, not even driving the bloggers, they're driving the any mainstream thing now, because they realize, hang on a second, the broadsheet is gone, and then they're trying to get you to actually subscribe to them online. But at the same time, what they're saying is this now: um, no longer are news stories solely the domain of established media organizations. Bloggers can
hmm
report on events, share personal experience, and offer commentary on a wide range of topics, often providing unique, insights and perspective that may not be covered by mainstream media. So therefore, these guys have time now, but therefore there need to be some level of responsibility from those at the top now to
Yes.
disseminate some
Silburn,
information.
Silburn, that sentence never say factual, you know. You realize that?
Was that?
That sentence that you read, that what the
Yeah,
bloggers are presenting, it never say
yeah,
factual. Read that sentence again, please.
yeah. One second there.
Well, let's say I sound like a pastor who can read.
Um, um, the where was that again? Which one? No longer are news stories solely the domain of established media organizations. Bloggers can report on
Yes.
events, share personal experiences, and offer commentary on a wide range of topics, often providing unique insights and perspective that may not be covered by mainstream media, but not fact.
None of that said factual.
It has reshaped the news cycle, but that
Yes,
doesn't mean to say it's factual
but-
again.
factual.
Silburn,
Yo,
they too have a responsibility, because if you want
mean the
to
bloggers?
break
The bloggers.
into if you want to break into media,
Yes.
social or traditional, and you know something is happening in your community,
Yes.
go find it.
Yeah.
Go find it. Go report on it. Look at the positives.
Mm.
Look at the pitfalls,
Yes.
right? And make it known.
Mm.
But you're so coward in putting your news out there that you wait until everything is done. Then you go to your camera and hide behind the camera.
Mhm.
Put your face on camera so people can see where the news is coming from.
Yeah, people
Yes?
sometimes don't like to show their face these days, isn't it?
Well, if you can't show your face, I'm not going to watch your thing.
It's just like when I
Mhm.
hear it's just sometimes I get these WhatsApp messages from somebody. People, me telling you, not go down this one. I say,
Right.
anybody send it to me, I always say, what's the name, what's the person's name and number, what's their picture? You know?
Yeah.
Tell
Yeah,
me something.
exactly.
Yeah. But anyway, as I said, I'm not going to stay longer. But anyway, I just brought this up because it is very interesting that everybody's wanting integrity and good news, but at the same time, nobody's actually digging deep, going beyond the breaking news and trying to find what is really the meat of the whole thing. Because as I mentioned a while ago, the bit regarding the Integrity Commission, because there's lots of things which is happening there. It's like it need to be dissected properly, but it's like it need it I don't know. Listen, you know, Andrew Holness said something some time ago, and he said, I will implement any policies or anything which is good for Jamaica." And I said, I agree, but just give the persons who give you the ideas or whatever some little credit. And I believe so strongly that the PNP and the JLP and whatever should sit down and come together. I think Andrew invited and said, "Listen, I want to do some work with the opposition leader. We're going to come on to crime." They need to sit down and to really speak to the people collectively. But then someone said it's not in the interest of someone else to claim the benefit of.
Well, I said it's because of this populist movement that's taking over the world. Everybody wants to be that person who have come up with this idea and who have the magic wand to solve issues good enough that they don't want to share with their opposite number.
Yeah, what New York City? Go on, keep talking, and then it's somebody coming. Yeah.
But Silburn, I have to call you up on this too, right?
What's that?
I've seen you share commentary, right?
Yeah.
And this one particular one that you said on, I don't remember if it's this platform or somebody else's platform, about the Prime Minister's statutory his assets, declaration of assets, right?
Yeah.
I said why for the 2022-2023 he has not submitted it, right? I'm paraphrasing. Right? And it has been submitted.
That's what
It just it,
go on.
it just has not been certified, you
Mm,
know. And then look here. I remember speaking with a particular political representative that you and I are both close to,
yeah.
right? And that person said to me, I submitted everything that they asked me for.
Yes.
And then a few months later, them asked me back for
More.
like
Tell me.
about six, no, 60% of the same thing were already submitted,
Yes.
right? I'm telling them now, submit it again because I already go through the process of getting somebody to get all these things together,
Mm,
present it to you, and I gave it to you upon a disc, and they
yeah.
give it to the person on a on hard copy, right?
Yes.
And somehow the IC lost some part of the information, and I asked the person now to go back through the process. Now
Yeah.
remember, to the IC now they don't have the full complement of the declaration,
Mm,
so
mm,
it cannot be certified. So it can be a situation where they may have misplaced some of the documents them regarding the prime minister, right?
mm.
So they can't certify
Yes.
his declaration because somehow some mishandling happened on their side. No, no, I'm not saying this is what happened, I'm saying
Yeah. Yeah.
it is based on what happened with this other political person that you and I both know,
Yeah.
right? They have lost information that was given to them before, and them asked if you resubmit it, and you said, no, man, I submit it because you get it already and you lost it, right?
And you
So
and
it,
you
it
know,
cannot be
yeah.
certified.
And you know what? Because when a lot of these things are happening, and I do clearly remember the time when I said it, and then I spoke to some people and I said, "What's going on here?" Because he hasn't sent it. No, they said it on. People are saying it's not certified.
Yeah.
Some are saying he hasn't done it. But then at the same time, he comes out and say, "But I've done it."
Yes.
But the whole bit about so therefore it is analyzing what exactly is. It's just like the whole thing about the integrated commission when somebody was trying to get me to think a particular way, and I said, no, I'm not
Yeah.
going. I'm going to sleep on it. I'll go beyond the breaking news. Actually, I bought the
Yeah.
domain. I bought the domain beyond the breaking news. you know, because I'm saying to myself, no, I'm not going to get hype up into this. And then by the morning come, everything has changed again.
Yeah.
You know, everything changed up because it's like you got to dissect the whole thing because they, yeah, and then it is said that once the investigation is going on, once the investigation is going on, they can't say who it is. So that's why Marky
Exactly.
G, that's why Marky G is saying that I did my own personal query
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
see to see if any of my guys, and they said so therefore there's no PNP, and they said, well, I
Yeah.
have to trust them. So therefore it could be three PNP and three JLP being interviewed, being investigated. So the whole thing is it's like there need to be some other voices sometimes, a middle voices coming out and cutting through the whole thing and say, this is exactly what it is. This is exactly where it is. Because as yeah,
In investigation don't necessarily mean that you're guilty. Even with this
yes,
enrichment, this,
yeah,
this enrichment thing, right? Um, one could say that Marissa Dalrymple
yeah,
was trying to enrich herself, right? Now, in the context of she bought the vehicle, right? She's not the primary user of the vehicle,
mm,
but the vehicle was she got the 25% or 30 whatever percent government discount on the vehicle,
yeah,
and
yeah,
her sister I think is driving the vehicle. Now,
yes,
the sad part about this whole revelation with that
mm,
specific action that she did. If you check 90% of the civil servants them in
yes,
Jamaica, 90% of them have done the same exact thing for a family member.
wow.
But there's
90%
a
of, so
certain clause that
it
comes
So she was a
with the
scapegoat. She was a
vehicles that
scapegoat then.
does.
She
No, it's
yeah,
not that shows a scapegoat,
mm,
right? Is that when it comes to ethics, that fall under the rules of ethics.
mm,
Because the rules are there governing civil servants with the purchasing of vehicles. they
Yeah.
should have it in their position registered in their name for a certain period of time before they get rid of it. So if she's going to, if someone's going to buy a vehicle and give it to her brother because he needs to go to work, right? And she's doing good because that's her little brother or sister or something like that. No.
Yes.
If you want him to have a vehicle, buy one through the regular channels.
No. I agree. No. What I'm saying, it can be, her action can be also tainted as being as enrichment, but which is not.
Yes.
Yeah, I understand that.
But I agree with everything else you're saying. I agree with everything else you're saying. But I'm saying sometimes the perception or the coining of certain things can be seen into something, but it's not like she never actually get money from the action that she did.
Yeah.
But because the item was not declared, it can be considered that is illicit enrichment.
Perception at times can be deemed to be stronger than fact. Perception at times can be deemed to be stronger than fact, and what we really need a lot is fact. But I want to go through a couple of points here, because guys, the bloggers are proving more informative than the traditional media because they are not controlled by anyone, and that can be only good. Now, listen to that point there, not controlled by anyone, or I think the best term is regulated.
No, it can't.
No,
it can't be.
No.
Because I do not think that one should be putting up news out there without having to verify the source of the information. So for bloggers, I think the government or governments should come up with a framework to say that, look, since you want to put news out there, since you want to be a part of media, these are the guidelines on which you must abide by.
So are you implying that there needs to be some sort of regulation or some license?
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
Because they have lives.
Somebody can't just get up because he become 18 and then him getting phone and just all of a sudden.
No.
Yeah.
For you to disseminate information,
yes,
there must be some responsibility, legal, morally, on the person who is disseminating the information.
Well, and just to drop in what someone just say here, most bloggers are hearsay or sus, no fact checking, which is
exactly.
Exactly.
But
let me say, right, that Statin put out a report that unemployment is at 4.2% now, right? And then me say the Honorable Robert Nesta Morgan post it, right? And in post the report from Statin. So that's what I'm going by. I know repost it and say this, and you have this arguments it a PMP blogger about lies, right?
Just like that.
just like that.
No, if it is coming from somewhere as credible as Statin, who am I?
But
no matter what color of the political divide I am on, who am I to say that the body is telling a lie?
Yeah.
Who am I? Because
go on. Sorry. Go on.
No, because I do not have the wherewithal to dig deep.
Yeah. You know,
come up with a rebuttal story.
You know what is so needed at times is like when, as I say, someone say lie, they need to come back with something to counteract it, to say, why is it a lie? With some sort of factual thing. I'm trying to say, and that is and as Professor Rosalie Hamilton and myself, we always say all the while is that while we are seeking for the government and all political elected personnels to follow through with the 7 codes of conduct, but also there's a directive indirectly upon the people also who is seeking that to have integrity. As I said, there's a maximum law that he who comes to equity must come with clean hands. So therefore, if you want to get a good level of equity, you need to also come clean. You know,
Silburn,
yeah.
is that New York City?
Where,
Yeah,
where's
New York City.
where is that?
Is the comment with the person saying,
Yeah.
Oh, New York City. Yeah, there's no clarity by the PM about the issue. The public need to know.
all right, you see, this is exactly what we're talking about, right?
Mm,
Now, regarding matters of the Integrity Commission,
mm,
right? Once something is in the hands of the Integrity Commission or it's being investigated, the government, the cabinet members, and the government members, the
yeah,
MPs, them cannot comment on the matter, including the Prime Minister,
yes.
right? And this is what I'm saying, and that information is widely out there, And this person now is saying that the public needs to know because the PM is not clear, did not clarify it. Yes, he did.
So therefore, then, in regards to the illicit six, which are being investigated,
Yeah.
there's laws that say it should not be disclosed, and also the fact that they are being investigated doesn't mean to say that they are deemed guilty. So what you're not wanting to do then is to have these names being dragged
Thank you very much.
at the same time, which you see, Lester, as you rightly say, while they're not good at giving out information properly to educate people. So therefore, people get bits and pieces and then run
Yeah.
with it.
Run
No,
away.
at the same
But-
time, Silver.
But
At the same
I have
time,
a but. Go on,
Yeah.
go on, Bertie. Albert.
at the same
With the
time,
but, yeah,
you can give people all the information there is to give,
yes,
and the spin doctors come and spin it.
yes. Well,
So
what? Yeah, go on.
what do we do?
Well. One thing I'll say though, as well, is that if persons are being investigated for certain things, they shouldn't be in some serious position where there's question about the area where they're being investigated for or about. So, for instance, they are in charge of an area which they are being investigated on. I believe they should recluse themselves for a period of time while that is
Yes.
going on.
Yes.
And I think if that happens, people are going to point. That's the thing, What did he do? To say one of them or something like that. But I believe
But-
in a level of integrity that should happen.
Yeah, but the person, for all we know,
Yes.
the six that we're talking about have already said, you know what? I'm taking a step back
Yeah.
without making it public.
Mm.
Let the Integrity Commission do what they're doing.
Mm.
Yeah? But I am not going to say or have anything to do with this area of government or take any active part.
Mm.
I will still be in Parliament. I will still vote, but I will not take an active part. For all intents and purposes, maybe that's what's going on,
Mm.
right?
Yes.
But because the information is being kept within,
Yes.
right? We can come to all type of conclusions or conspiracy theories,
Yes.
which I think it is wrong for us to conspire or to think what is going on.
Yes.
Silburn, can you read some of these comments? You see a flash through them. Can you read some of them?
Okay. Let me. Yeah, I was going. Let me go back up. Go back up to the top there.
Yeah.
Bridget Lawrence say, "Hey, Lester. Okay. So what was the budget, Silburn? I'm not sure what she meant by that. Maybe she can come back and explain that bit there. Clarity, that was answered. Somebody said, while we're out there, someone said here on TikTok, to tell the truth, no one does that, especially our politician. Not sure exactly to what that was coming, what that was leading from. The IC shouldn't have released a statement without a conclusion of the investigation. What do you think about that bit there?
Yes, because sometimes that bring about sensationalism, that bring about speculation, and the thing is, people quick to point fingers at the government, because if the People's National Party was in office, they would say that Mark Golding a thief, Mark Golding a cover up, right?
Yes.
And you see, I've said this for years on this program, Silburn.
Mm.
Jamaican people don't know the difference between procedures, policy, and politics.
Mm.
They don't know. So there's some procedural guidelines, right? That the public may not be quite privy to, because it's just the inner workings, of cabinet or of the parliament, of parliamentary committees or investigation at a particular level, right? So the public is not known, you know. And okay, one of the perfect example, when Nigel came out and said taxpayers' money will be used to pay the SSL workers them, you know, to help the case being investigated. Now, a lot of people was in uproar about it. And me say, when we make a call.
Yes.
So I call my brethren. And I say, explain this to me.
Yeah.
And when him said to me, say, hey, listen, it's not really the money from the consolidatory fund or earnings from fees and taxes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It is more of confiscated money. But you know, the whole of the money go in at the consolidatory fund.
Yes.
You know, but it is confiscated money. I'm gonna say, oh, but that make a huge difference in the conversation. Nigel blundered in just saying taxpayers' money.
Yes.
It is actually taxpayers' money, because once the government sees it, it comes into the pool of funds of taxpayers' money.
Those proceeds of crime then.
But just like the TEF money, the TEF money, the tourism enhancement fund, that is not generated from taxpayers locally, you know. Is when ships come here and airplane come, flights coming to Jamaica, tourists will pay this tax. So it is not generated by quote unquote taxpayers, you know. But because it goes into the pool of consolidatory fund, it is clouded under taxpayers' dollar.
Yes. All right. I'm gonna move because I wanted to say 1 hour. We're moving a bit. I don't want my birthday to be coming here on 12 o'clock. IC shouldn't have released this. Actually, I want to go back to that point. The IC shouldn't have released a statement without a conclusion of investigation. If that was to happen, there need to be some sort of agreement between the parties or so that such persons should recluse themselves, if anything, while that is, if there can be a level of trust there with some sort of civic society, then that could work in a way, you know. The PM don't need to say nothing. The IC need to say something. The PM, I don't like the word the PM don't need to say nothing, because the PM is actually an employee of the people of Jamaica. So
I think, Silburn, politicians have found it a commonplace to make themselves a martyr. Right? In the fact that they're being investigated for something.
Yeah.
And instead of keeping it quiet, they are the first to come out and say, I'm being investigated for this or that.
Yeah.
Trying to swing the
move towards
the pendulum.
The sympathy thing.
Right? And I think that is wrong. Right? Nobody knew what you did or when you were doing it. So nobody should know that you're being investigated. Right? If the leader of the party or the department in which you are tell you, say, look, step aside, let us do our work, right? We're not saying that you're guilty, we're not saying that you did it, but allow us to do our investigation. At the end of it, you'll be the first to know the outcome. Right? Do not, I find it childish, Donald Trump like, to go out to say they're coming after me and this is witch hunt and fake news kind of thing, trying to get traction.
Well, you love Donald Trump, sir?
Yeah,
You
man.
have to Donald Trump.
Yeah, man. I've touched you, man.
Leave Uncle Trump alone, sir. Leave Uncle Trump alone. You see, sir, no, Herbert. You see, sir, United States of America need the southern border, no, the southern wall right now more than anything else.
Right. It's been going on for decades. It's been going on for decades.
Not in this volume of people that walk through the border.
No, but listen, it's been going on for decades.
Yeah,
Decades,
and
right?
yeah, but I'm saying the volume
And-
we are coming at this one, but it has never been like this.
Yeah. Let me tell you why it's like this now. Because the two branches of government, the Congress and the Senate, cannot come to
An
common
agreement.
understanding.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And as I told Silburn recently, that the person running America is Donald Trump because he's telling the Congress what to do or what not to do. And that is why the border, the southern border, is so wide open. Nobody can fix it.
So is that
Future President Trump will fix it, sir.
so is that fake news? Is that fake
Excuse-
news?
Excuse me?
From prison.
Trump will be exonerated. And even
When?
so, hold on, Herbert. A lot of people don't know. Even if Donald Trump is prosecuted and he wins the election, if he wins the election and then prosecuted, right? He will serve out his term in a prison cell, still as a sitting president of the United States in a prison cell.
With
The
security,
provision is there.
with security
Yes.
guard, with the CIA.
Yes.
there.
Countries, no.
Check
All
it out.
countries are trying to move away from
Check it out.
authoritarianism. He's trying
I'm
to
saying
bring America
no,
into authoritarianism.
No, what
It's
I'm
not
saying
gonna-
to you, there's a provision in the Constitution of the United States that he can be sitting in a jail cell while still being the president of the United States.
Show me that constitution.
I'm telling
show
you.
me that.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It is there. It is there.
Show it-
He's
show it to me.
gonna send it to your birthday.
But listen, future President Trump will come out victorious on all accusations made against him.
I like to see a Trump president.
Even in New York.
Future President Trump will come out shining, smelling like roses, as he should be. Come November, America will be great again.
Somebody said he
No,
can
I don't
pardon.
think so.
Somebody said
don't
on TikTok he can pardon himself.
I don't think so.
America will be great again.
I don't think so.
Well, on Herbert, England will be great again. Their Trump win. Cause under near Great Britain again, you know, under near UK, you know, under near Great Britain again.
Let's take a bed, man.
Well, anyway, guys, listen.
Got your bed.
Go to bed. Yeah. Listen, tomorrow is 9 years. 9 years I've been doing the show here. 9 years,
Yes,
and also my birthday, the 24th. But I don't want to be here at that time, and so like that, you know.
You know, 58 now.
50,000 man. 50,000.
58. Yeah, go for the 50. Yeah, all boy now, you know. I just feel ball off here. Back up. Me so nice up again, you know. Me so.
You see, there's no gray hair. No gray
Don't
hair.
worry,
That's it.
man. Don't worry.
No, wait, no. Still,
Alright.
listen. Because you know I go boots and then place go buy just for men. It's in chop off in here.
What that? We don't know what that
Just
is.
the men, the grooming.
I don't do those things. I just have one little thing which
No.
I just shave off
Sit
everything.
Silver.
And nothing is dyed. Nothing is dyed.
Silver.
Yes.
Let her here go for a month
Yes.
and let us see you.
I'll let us see you.
Challenge you.
If you go for a month, this bit will
I
never
challenge
have
you.
any hair. This bit
No.
will never have-
We're talking here.
Let her here go for a month.
Yes.
Let's
And we
see.
see who is the bigger Santa Claus.
Right? Herbert, you look like Pernell Charles, you know. You look like Pernell Charles.
Okay. let's have a conversation with Pernod Charles. How him do that? There's another guy in Parliament I saw with a hair similar like that, you know.
That's his
That
son.
guy- No man.
No,
not his
no,
son.
no, no, no. The MP for St. Mary, for Western, for St. Mary, the man who own the pharmacy, them man. What him name, man? What him name? No, I know to be aside this. So.
Yeah. So how did they do? How did they do it? What's the secret behind it? How do they do it?
No, that's no.
Dr. Dunn.
Pernod Charles is not true.
Dr. Dunn.
Thanks, Bridget. Yes.
Thanks,
Pernod
Bridget.
Charles
Thanks,
is
sis.
not true.
How do they do it? How do they do it?
No, Pernod Charles is
Prosperity.
not true.
Prosperity.
One side is not. One side is not working on what? What?
No,
One side is
no,
prosperity or what?
No. Why he show you that he was going through midlife crisis?
Pernod Charles.
Are they stop?
Eh?
And then they stop?
Yes.
I started to bawl from I was in Jamaica and stuff like that when I realized that nothing was growing up here and stuff like that. You know?
Yeah.
So I just keep it down low, you know. So that's Ochi man look, you know what I mean? Straight out of Ochi. You know?
But just grow your mane, man. Grow the lion mane, you understand?
Grow the lion
Because
mane.
And I'm going to see why bigger Santa Claus.
All right.
because see.
Okay. When end of this month, not the end of this month. We'll work on something on that bit there. Also, you know. Anyway, guys, all the best.
Thanks to everybody on TikTok and
Yes.
Facebook
Yeah.
and Instagram and YouTube. Mr. Bridget, my sister, there in the comment section. Big up Bridget.
Yes.
And look here, people. I urge you, those who have not watched the Prime Minister's budget presentation, go on PCJB, something like so,
Yeah.
right? And watch it and listen to it. Jot down notes, jot down things there. There's a lot of goodies, a lot of information. There's a lot of things that can benefit you in that budget presentation. Hold your political representative accountable. Ask them for it. Press them for it. Things are there for everybody in the budget. Show a labor right.
That sound like when they say show a labor, greatest group in the world, walking group. Yeah. 15 years old. Thank you very much. That I was at the park this morning and I met I was always meet up with these Jamaican, well not just Jamaican, they're all Caribbean ladies that I think they're having a big ball tonight. There's a walking group there, which was really cool, you know. But guess what? I don't have the video and I won't show the video, but there's a guy. Listen, Jamaicans are awesome, you know. I was walking in the park today, and every time I see a black person, I always nod to them. There's a code of thing, you nod to them. And while I was walking, this guy was sitting on the chair. I'm gonna say, yeah, respect. And I'm say, yeah, man. When him say, yeah, man, we go back to him and say, yeah, man, you're Jamaican. He say, yeah, man. And then we say from Ochi, and he said from St. Thomas. But it was a yeah, man. The Yaman. Let's call up. We laugh when he said Yaman. It was like the link. We like do you understand what I'm saying? When he said
No, me understand.
No, it's not every day you see a Jamaican in the park. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah.
Silburn. Remember, you know, there are Jamaicans that live in Rotterdam here, but me not see them.
Yeah.
You understand me? So when I'm out in the public, I'm actually hear an accent. My ears just cock up same time. I'm see the person. I'm go to the person. I'm say, yo, you know the Jamaican test.
Yeah.
Oh, I go on. You know what I mean? That's the Jamaican test, you know, right? So once them depends on what all them answer you do. Say, all right, they cover a country, they cover a town, or they cover Antigua.
Yeah. So the virgin, we said to the virgin, yeah man, they say, yeah man, it's a Ochi man, you know. They say, I'm from St. Thomas.
Yeah.
Herbert, no comment, Herbert? Or there are times you don't have to have a comment, you know that. You don't
No,
have
I can't tell you. I was in Cayman one time. I met
story.
No, I met this girl in Blackrock station down there.
Yeah.
I was astonished to see her. I said, "You good?" She said, yeah. She's from South St. Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm.
And she'd be like, I said, "You alright?" Yeah. I said, "Alright." as far as I can be. I'm like, so yeah, it depends on where in Jamaica you're from.
Yeah.
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 All right.
But tell your St. Thomas friends we appreciate the work that he has done in assisting the Privy Council to come to their ruling.
St. Thomas Virgin.
In the park, the Center Virgin in the park that you met.
Is it?
Just telling that we appreciate him and his family, the work that they have done to help in the ruling of by the Privy Council.
For Gaza.
Oh.
Okay. Why? You lost me the sinner, but me just also here.
Silver, don't worry, Silver. Silver, you can't Silver. At the school, I school like Ochi where you go. Don't worry. We understand.
No, you see,
Yeah.
Silburn was not good at geography in school.
Yeah.
So anyway, past Manik is Ochi.
Well, I know. So in things, Center was the beside St. Anne.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, I have no comment there because I don't know where that came from about St. Thomas is next to St. Anne. You know what I'm trying to say?
No. What we're trying to say,
Yeah.
because of your limited knowledge of
In geography.
Your
Because
limited knowledge.
Yes, because Ocho is consuming.
Like the Spanish say poquito.
Yeah.
Yeah? That's you and geography. So in your mind, St. Thomas is right smack dead in the middle of Ocho.
Yeah.
Well, everybody's trying to be in Ocho. Even Boscobel is in Ocho. I mean, the Ian Fleming Airport, that's in Ocho as well. Anybody that passes, everybody always saying Ocho. So Kingston come on Ocho. Right now, as a matter of fact, next week, everybody's gonna say them gonna Ocho. Everybody there Ocho for the Easter holiday and stuff like that. Ocho is light up. You know?
Silver,
Yes.
listen. You and this Ocho narrative now go work with me. Come on now.
You see, I can't say anything, sir.
You realize
I can't
Herbert.
say
You realize that.
No, you see,
Herbert.
your hands are tied in a particular way. So wherever you move, you get squeezed. I understand.
I'm man on the manners. You know what I'm trying to say? Guys.
Yeah?
You know. My wife give me my Ochi green card, you know.
Listen.
And I had to approve it, of course, just to let you know that for the
Yes.
Herbert, you say?
There's a particular phrase was made in the parliament over here that if you have them by the balls, your hearts and minds will follow. Less than Vita.
Okay, good. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for joining, and those on TikTok, those on Facebook, those on YouTube. And I met a guy today, and the guy said, I don't know, I was in a glasses place with my son, and he said, I follow you, man. I like your show, you know, stuff like that. He said, you know, I follow you on Facebook and things like that. So it's good sometimes. And then I was in the park again, and a guy said to me, you don't come to that park anymore. I said, boys, the dogs, man, because there was a dog was attacking me, and while the dog was rushing me, Lester, my cousin was laughing after me online, and another Virgin said, Virgin, you need to run, man. You know, so you say bull run from dog and bullet. That's why I'm too fast. I don't remember. Do you remember when the dog rushed me?
Yeah, Silburn. You know, artisting with foreign. I heard a Jamaican comedian say it, and it's something I observed but while living in foreign.
Yeah.
When you look for a big stone, you can't find a big stone in the foreign, you know?
You can't find a rock stone. You can't find a rock stone on the backside. I'm self-stick me have you use, you know. Couldn't find a rock stone.
Silver, the next time I go to Jamaica, I'm going to put about 3 or 4 stones in my bag, you know. Okay.
I hope they multiply.
Right.
Eh?
Well, at
I hope they multiply.
At least you're not going to the States to chop bush with a cutlass. Anyway, I don't know. Guys, listen. Peace out. You know?
And yeah, happy birthday when it comes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Hope you have a good one.
No,
Yes.
Yeah, man.
it's in a few minutes, yeah?
A few minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
congratulations on your longevity on the show.
Yes.
Because
I don't know if you have staying power in any other department, but I know that you have staying power on the internet.
Well, as Corey Wood said, I'm on the internet.
Herbert,
promise when
we can only talk about me know, right?
that's
Yes,
right.
yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I promise when you come from Jamaica, I'll cook you some curry chicken, yeah? With
Give me some curry chicken.
Yeah? Yeah.
So
Link me up when you come back.
link you when I come back. All right.
Yeah,
All
man.
right.
No, man.
I think the next live. I don't know. I'll see if it's gonna be in Jamaica next Saturday, if anything like that. Maybe I might do something. We'll see. Go, or just might be on the beach.
From what parish?
Ochi.
Oh, okay.
Silburn, Ochi is not a parish. Ochi is not a parish.
Remember, in land of the parish of Montego Bay,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Or maybe, well, no, but maybe can land at the parish of Baskerville too. Because airport down the parish of Baskerville.
Yeah. Because I've been up. Yeah. You didn't never tell. I may not land in Montego Bay.
In the parish of Mobile.
Yes. Peace out, guys.
Silburn,
Yes,
Ochi
yes.
is not a parish.
I know that, but I deem it to be a parish. I deem it to be a country by itself, as if more than a parish.
Yeah.
It's a country. You got to get a visa to go to Ochi and a passport as well.
Portmore is the only parish, and Portmore will be called Saint Siaga.
Santiago. All right,
Yes.
we leave that one there.
You mean Santiago?
Alpha.
Eh?
The baby Alpha.
Santiago.
Alpha. It's a big joke in Jamaica when the baby born is Alpha. Anyway, it's gone. All right, listen, guys. See you
All
around.
right. Yeah.
Bye, bye, Julie.
Have a
Best.
blessed day.
Bless you, Herbert. Respect. Cheers,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for joining the show tonight. Great discussion, and of course we spoke about the whole aspect of news, media, and what it is. But hey, I think we all have to be interrelating together and to become one. But one thing for sure is that the relationship between journalists and bloggers has become increasingly intertwined. And many journalists now utilize blogs and social media platforms to engage with their audience, share behind the scenes insights, and promote their work. And at the same time, bloggers are sometimes relied upon as source by journalists, providing first-hand accounts and expert analysis on niche topics. So the most important thing is verification and bringing more people into the frame, and we go for that. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, Bridget, Yard, and everybody. See you around. God bless you. Bye-bye.